My roommate's ex-wife demands that we give her the house that I solely bought. She took us to court but the judge ruled that she's ridiculous. Plus all updates. I have been living with my roommate for about 3 years now. We've been great friends and have had a fantastic living arrangement. He's going through a rough divorce with his ex-wife, and I've tried to be supportive. Fast forward to yesterday. His ex-wife shows up at our doorstep unannounced and demands that we hand over the house to her. Yes, you read that right. She claims that since she married my roommate, she has a right to the house, which is currently under my name. Her audacity took me aback. I told her that the house was mine and that I wouldn't give it to her just because she was going through a divorce. She started getting aggressive and accusatory, saying that I was just trying to screw her over and that I was not a good friend to my roommate. I lost my cool and snapped at her, telling her she needed to respect my property and boundaries. I told her that if she continued to harass me, I'd have to involve the authorities. She stormed out of the house, leaving me shaken but relieved. Ada for snapping at her? I felt justified in defending my property, but I could have handled the situation better. Update 1. Well, she's taking us to court. I just received a summons in the mail, and we're scheduled to appear in court in 3 days. She's suing me for the house, claiming she has a right due to her marriage to my roommate. I've spoken to a lawyer, and we're preparing for the worst. Has anyone else had to deal with an ex-partner's craziness? Any advice would be appreciated. Update 2. Court prep is going well, but I'm getting anxious about everything. My lawyer says we have a strong case, but you never know what will happen in court. I've rehearsed my testimony and gathered evidence to prove the house is mine. My roommate is super supportive, but I can tell he's stressed about the whole situation. 2. His ex-wife is just being ridiculous, claiming that she helped with the down payment, which is a total lie, and that she's entitled to half of the property. Update 3. Today's court hearing was a total circus. The ex-wife showed up with her new boyfriend and her lawyer, who seemed like he was straight out of a bad 80s movie. They presented their case, and it was just a bunch of nonsense about how she emotionally supported my roommate during the purchase of the house. The judge seemed skeptical, but you never know. We presented our side, and I think we did a good job of showing that the house is mine. Now, we just have to wait for the judge's decision. Update 4. We won. The judge ruled in our favor, and the ex-wife's claim was dismissed. We're both breathing a huge sigh of relief right now. The judge basically said that the ex-wife had no legal claim to the house and that she was just trying to take advantage of my roommate's good nature. I'm so glad this is over, but I'm also a bit annoyed that we had to go through this ridiculous ordeal in the first place. Update 5. I'm still on cloud 9 after our court victory. My roommate and I celebrated with a nice dinner and a few drinks. It's amazing how much stress and anxiety can be lifted off your shoulders when you finally get a positive outcome. I'm just glad that justice was served and that we didn't have to give in to the ex-wife's ridiculous demands. Update 6. My lawyer called me, and the ex-wife is appealing the decision. I'm not surprised, but I'm still annoyed that she's unwilling to accept defeat. My lawyer says we have a strong chance of winning the appeal, but it will be a longer and more expensive process. I hope the appeal court sees sense and upholds the original decision.